And anytime now. Hey, we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Who wants some inspiration? Who doesn't have it? Lots of people don't have it. Only 2 people have inspiration.
I
wants some
forgot about
inspiration?
this process.
I'll take some inspiration.
Oh,
or
good.
I could also take my brother back. That'll be fine.
No,
cool with
not on
either.
the table. Not on the table.
No.
No. Just a gold star. Really?
It's
Probably
pretty good.
Better.
It's
Not on the
arguably a
table.
lot better. No.
Are you saying Fulma's not a gold star?
Maybe a silver.
Ooh,
I mean,
Ooh.
at the moment,
Fair.
more like a gold splatter.
Wow, that's
To be quite
crazy.
fair, I think Sheen would say otherwise because she mentioned his striking eyes.
Yeah. Fair enough. Elora, if you would please recap the last session.
Right, so when last we left off, shit was slowly but surely going down. Arthur and Ashu went to the Emerald Enclave to speak with Arthur's girlfriend, who is the Wind.
Gonna have a hard time dating that one.
I mean, it depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
Grumpy McGrumpface told them to come back eventually when the sun is actually up, and so they agreed that they would do that and went back to the what's it called? The inn. And Tai, Dolma, Orit, and Kai all waffled on what to do before finally heading over to the inn as well. Everyone was still alive, which is cool. And we ended up eventually barricading the majority of the group into one of the rooms that was less available to windows. Except for Kai, because she has to be difficult, so she slept in the basement.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Kai's a hero. She literally made herself bait.
Yeah, it was a noble sword. You know,
Sure.
kind of. Let me have this.
But yeah, so she slept in the basement, and because Tally is a big, adorable sweetheart who has to protect everyone, he decided to go down there with her, even though he was fucking terrified. After that, we all decided to head over to, oh god, what is it called? The Greyhand?
Yes.
Greyhand Blackstaff, yeah.
Well, Force Grey, technically, of the Greyhounds.
Whatever. We went over there and we talked with
Vadra.
Vadra and Poor Spirit's sister, who got to find out that one of her dads dead.
Yeah,
Cool.
a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And she said that she would assist with looking into this stuff. We informed Vadra of what the fuck is happening, and she took Tai and Dolma to the temple to get was it a greater restoration or just a restoration?
It was a greater restoration.
Greater restoration, yep, to retrieve their memories. And we left off on Dolma getting her memories back of her brother and finding out that she got to watch him be pulled screaming into the window of a church. Cool. The end.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very well done. You met Arabella, who is a cleric of Bahamut. Here, let me go ahead and just share her, as she will be around for the next scene as well.
Actually, her name is Medic.
Yeah, well, that's what it says, but it's not true.
So you should probably fix that.
Fantasy Ground says lies. Yeah, here, let me fix that. The thing is like there's so many places where you have to change the name. There's the ID, there's the non-identified ID, there's the images. Just
Excuses.
So, thank you very much. Give yourself a gold star. Oh, you good? You did. Fantastic. Call it Fulma if you want. That's fine. I don't mind.
It'll be more useful.
And we will start. Oh my god!
Wow, I just processed what the fuck. Oh my god!
Good job, Glass.
Excuse you, no gold star
That's
secretly
harsh.
healed me.
That's harsh.
Okay, I'm
Gold
good.
star did give you free real healing.
Also, keep in mind, I don't remember if this is the first session we've done this or not, but we are following the new. We're testing out the new UAs for each of the classes, which allows you. Well, each class has different things, but you all are familiar with it, except for our good boy Arthur over there, who doesn't really have a UA. I mean, he has a UA class in and of itself, so was not updated.
They
in
sure
the
as hell
SK.
are not going to be buffing Mystic anytime soon. I'm sorry.
No,
Mystic
no,
is
they are
busted
not.
as hell, and I've been purposefully trying to tone it down.
Yeah, not the way we play it, though. Not the way we play it. This is a quick aside for anyone who wants to play Mystic but is having trouble justifying it. Just have them focus on a discipline. Like Arthur, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he has a main focus where most of his powers will come from a specific discipline. And he can once in a while pick a couple from others, but that actually limits the Mystic and makes it much more reasonable.
Yeah.
So, in any case, we're going to jump back to the Temple of Bahamut, where Dolma has just received her memories back from Arabella. And Kai was kind enough to take a thread of those memories out and hand it to Vadra so that Vadra could see them as well. And when we ended the session, Arabella was looking at the four of you, which is Dolma, Tai, Orit, and Kai, and saying, wasn't there another one of you that needed help?
Oh, I guess me. I technically knew Fulma as well, I guess.
Over here.
Oh, okay.
She starts making like the motion signs. And much like with Dolma, without any pomp or ceremony, just kind of puts her hands on your face, kind of tilts your head up, speaks the words of the celestial tongue, and casts greater restoration on you. Now, Ty, or
Yeah?
McKenzie, you are aware of all the things that Ty had forgotten.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go
Sure.
over them in detail. Just know that everything, the first time you saw the writing on the wall, the mirror carving face into your arm, and the second time you saw it in the mirror and threw your dagger at it, you get all those memories back. And two things of note.
Yeah?
You saw that your dagger sunk into the neck. So you very much did hit it. And its left eye, looks like it had been severely damaged to the point where it was swollen and closed. And there was like dry blood.
But wasn't me.
Doesn't look like it wasn't done by your dagger, certainly.
Yeah. I don't remember punching it, so.
No, nope, the restoration would have told you that. So
oh yeah, I
those
guess it
memories
would have
come-
been Tally. My brain went, it was Fulma fighting back.
No, you do note that when you found Tally, he did have a bloodied hand and it was not his blood.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All of those memories come back to you in a rush.
Cool. I guess her first reaction once I'm done is like, just kind of look at Dolma and just be like, looks like I got to hit it at least once with my dagger.
Good.
Also, Tally fucked it up a bit.
She blinks a little bit, but then smiles.
Vadra kind of looks confused. Who's Tally?
Local boy.
Yeah, Dolma nods. He works over at what is it? Gumpy and Sons.
Okay. Sorry, that's not Kai. That's not Kai talking. It's not Kai.
Yeah, Godfrey and Sons, I
Nope,
think.
Nope, it's
Yeah.
Comfrey and Sons, the best
I
story I've
don't,
ever heard of.
I don't think.
Gumshoe?
All right.
Oh,
All right.
yeah,
Let's
that's
all
it.
have our laughs. All right.
Oh man, the audience is so close to knowing
I know.
knowing the joys of
Stupid gnome and children?
Oof.
Oh,
Think Cassandra
Alright,
named
sorry.
it?
Hey, that gnome saved my life.
Gumfrey and the Cult of Something.
That's right. Okay,
Who's
enough
your
of the
something
references.
name?
The audience won't get it.
All right,
Something to me. Okay, enough. Be gone.
all right.
We're back to murder.
Vadra would look at McKenzie and say,
McKenzie.
I'm sorry, Ty. Would look at Ty and say, anything in your memory that would help me if I were to view it?
I
mean, you did hit it, and
I
you've seen
did.
it, what, twice?
saw it twice in my first. I never saw it directly through the mirror initially. Or directly through the window initially. It was always through a mirror first. And I guess it can be stabbed.
By
and
the way,
punched.
as I put out last time, but the oh, here I got to put it on the map. The face looks something like hey, stop it, like that.
Die!
I also like it's just the way my windows are set up. Is it's hidden behind the medic slightly, so it's just like in the background, something moving around.
It's kind of cute when you like have it like poking its head in the map and just kind of being
God,
all.
I should totally make it really small and just make it look like it's poking out of the church window or something like.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hi everybody! I killed a brother.
Oh, you want to come over here and say hi?
Honestly, when I was imagining this entire time was slightly worse, so I'm like seeing this is like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally not to be feared at all. It's fine.
No, oh no, I'm afraid of it, but also it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Listen,
Which
listen.
You're
I
welcome.
respect it so much that I don't want to deal with it right now.
it is interesting to note that the eyes, when you look at it, the way you see it, are pools of blackness. In fact, the blackness of whatever it is seeps from the eye. So the fact that the eye is swollen and shut and slightly bleeding is it at least shows that there are eyes there, even if it is more hidden by some sort of effect.
Weird inky blood eye things. I don't know.
It's probably just an evolutionary trait to fuck with people.
100%.
Evolution is just like, we have found that this really freaks people out. We're keeping it.
Humans will learn how to harness it into a drug or candy, but before then, it will fuck some people up.
So Vajra would say, all right, what about the other two of you? Any repressed memories that might help? And Arabella would then look at her. Not today. I'm tapped.
Who's Arabella?
The medic.
The medic.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, got it.
Greater Restoration's a high-level spell.
She cast it twice. She's probably like so pooped.
That's fine. Okay. Is she talking to us?
Nope.
No, I think this is all accurate.
Okay, cool.
Vadra would then say, well, if that's everything, perhaps we should go back to the academy and see what Blinbits learned with your friends.
Yeah.
Alright.
With that, she will lead the way back. Arabella, of course, not following you because she's got very many things to do. You make your way back up the ramp, back to the Magic Academy, and will eventually make your way back into Blinbit's office of sorts. Excuse me. Where you find Arthur and Ashu and Blinbit with stacks and stacks of like census books and tax records on the desk, just rifling through them. Arthur, not sure what Arthur's doing because most of it he can't read.
He's mainly looking for the ones with pictures.
Gotcha. I mean, like, you could find, like, this has a list of numbers. It's got a list of numbers. Is this what we need?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
He can flex in place and give, like, cheerleading.
But in the time it's taken for them to go and come back, Blinbit, oh my gosh, wow, I can't speak today. Blinbit, Ashu, and Arthur have managed to collect a sizable amount of evidence of people that did live in that town. However, as you are walking in, Blinbit, I don't know why I cannot say her name tonight.
She's got a big old tush.
Blinbit is currently talking to Ashu about, it's going to be hard to verify what's not there, though. I mean, we'd have to send someone who's never met these people before, and they would have to rely upon the notes constantly, lest they forget the person.
Well, that might be true, but as far as I can tell, any particular information gathered pretty much without actually knowing the person whatsoever will be retained. We've actually found that we've actually known that we have met somebody and their name and generally what they look like, but we have no memory of meeting them beforehand.
So you're saying it's the actual memories of your interactions with them that has been erased?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. That means that if we were to send someone who knows no one in that area, they should be fairly safe. And as she says that, the rest of you come in, and Blinbit looks up. Ah, you're back. How did it go?
Dolma gives her a kind of a bitter but determined smile. I remember.
Oh. I'm guessing then it was useful.
She nods. Kai was able to pull the memory from my head and share it with Vadra. So they have the evidence that they need for now. Or at least to begin.
Also, you can stab it.
That too.
And Vadra crosses her arms. Speaking of, you've all done above and beyond what would be expected of citizens of the realm. But I believe that we have enough information now, from what I'm understanding. Blinbit, you can prove that there are people missing. And Linda goes, oh yes, they've been quite helpful. We found that we could look through tax records and censuses and see who should be there, who paid last year or last month, and who's not there now. And Vadra nods. Well then, I'm sure we can take it from here. There's no real need for you to endanger yourselves any more than you already have.
You don't actually expect me to stand off to the side while you do this, do you?
Vadra, without even missing a beat, shakes her head. No, I didn't. But I would hate myself if I didn't at least offer. From what I've seen, and I've seen what you've seen, this is a dangerous creature. Now, practically, I should be telling you all to step back and let us deal with it. But I feel kind of like I've lost a brother. And if you're anything like me, I don't think you'll let that stand.
She shakes her head and kind of pauses for a moment. If you could give me another pass, I need to tell my parents.
She nods. Consider it done.
Thank you.
But a request from all of you. We do not understand enough about this yet. If this thing is as you say, and as what we saw, it is very likely from the portal that opened up under the water, which means that there's a very good chance it's still drawing power from that portal, especially given the odd and very powerful abilities it displays. Meaning, I have a hunch that I need to verify that we may need to close the portal before we can take this thing. Or at the very least, closing it should make it weaker. The problem with that, of course, is once the portal closes, if we cut off its power, there's no way to anticipate what it'll do. It might try to run and go to ground, or it might lash out. Either way, we would need someone in place ready to strike it.
Well, if you're taking volunteers.
She kind of gives a half-sided grin. Do I have a choice?
No, not really. But I would feel bad if I didn't at least offer. She gives her a wink.
The half grin turns into a full grin.
Ooh.
Very well. Then give us time to figure it out, to verify this, and to figure out how we're going to close the portal. It might take some time. In the meantime, I'll have the guards verify the threat and do what we can to minimize any further damage.
Dolma nods and says, I would definitely give everyone at least a partner, if not in squads of 3, just to be sure.
She nods. It'll be taken care of. Speaking of partners, you'll need someone attached to you so that we can communicate. You'll need to know exactly when and where to strike. And she sticks her head out the door. Maggie! Maggie! Put the book down and come here.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I didn't realize we were taking by repressed memories.
And she sticks her head back in and she looks at Blinbit, who is starting to stand up, and she says, You can't. You enter that area, you'll forget your father, and I will not do that to you. And Blinbit looks very upset, but nods and sits back down, and she goes, Besides, I need you if we're going to close that portal. And as she says that, an individual literally bounces into the room wearing a blue dress with a blue cape. She has curly black hair with what looks to be a circlet at the top of her head with a blue opal at the center of it. She carries a staff that seems to be made out of silver and bounces into the room. Yes, Blackstaff, how can I help you? Maggie, meet. And then she starts like going through the names: Ashu, Tyburn, Orit, Arthur, Dolma, Kai. Each time the girl called Maggie raises her hand and just twiddles it back and forth. Maggie, I don't have much time, so I'll leave the details up to them, but you are to be attached to them for the time being. There's something very dangerous. They will need to attack it. You are to help them, and more importantly, to be a conduit so that I can talk to them back and forth. And Maggie looks at all of you and she goes, Oh, well, okay. I hope you don't mind. I tend to talk a lot and really fast. So if I'm talking too fast, just let me know and I'll slow down as much as I can. My name's Maggie. It's actually Maggie Pie. And yes, I know that's the joke, like magpie, but not really. It's just my parents had a sense of humor. And then you just see Maggie. And she spins back around. Oh, right. Of course. What are my parameters? And Vadra says, just follow them, help them however they need, and if I need you, I'll contact you. And
You
Maggie
wouldn't
nods.
happen to speak Elvish, would you?
Elvish? Oh, yes, I actually speak over 8 languages, Elvish being one of the first I ever learned. It's a lovely language, strange dialect, but it's just like the people. They're very exotic.
She raises her brow a little bit and then nods her head over at Arthur. He doesn't speak common very well, so if you're going to be blasting off at the speed of light, then perhaps say it in Elven.
Oh, I see. And then she switches to Elven without even missing a beat. It's odd. You seem fluent in Elvish, but you're not an elf yourself. Where did you learn?
Wow, you speak fast.
I know. Everyone tells me I speak fast. Hi, I'm sorry. My name is Maggie. Maggie Pie. Like Magpie, but not really. My parents just have a weird sense of humor. It's like she goes through the whole spiel in Elvish.
Wow, you're as fast as I speak Draconic. That's great.
You speak Draconic? And then she switches over. Oh my god, I love this language, but no one here actually speaks it, except for the dragons, but they don't never really come, and I'm not allowed to talk to them because they're usually very important.
I mean,
Like,
I wouldn't
so
say
the rest of you just see her switch to Draconic, and it's just a stream of guttural sounds.
And Arthur's gonna respond to Draconic, well, I don't think I'm very important, but yes, you are right. They usually
don't say
tend
that
to...
about yourself. I'm sure you're very, very important, especially if you're talking to Vadra. She's very high up.
I like this. I like this NPC.
She called me important. You're important, Papa. You hear?
Summer Keen's ears are burning.
But yeah.
And Vadra just kind of rolls her eyes and she says, well, I'm sure that you have plenty of things to do. Just remember what I said. And it might be best to stay away from there, at least you lose your memories again. In fact, I think you might as well just accept that the next time you go to face it, you will lose them.
Great.
I mean, that was kind of a given.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's nothing to say if we kill the beast, the memories come back anyways. Wow, you might also want to have some therapists standing off to say, just realist therapists might not exist.
Vadra kind of gets a frown on her face. Actually, generally, that's not how that works. Once you forget something, you forget it. Only powerful magic like what you went through could bring it back.
But who's to say the powerful magic of this beast dying doesn't also work?
She shrugs. Anything's possible. But I will tell you that's not my experience.
Ty has a shit-eating grin. She's just... she's being that bratty student.
Yeah, I gotcha. And Vadra will then kind of shrug a shoulder and say, though, if you end up killing it, I'm sure I can make the services of the temple available again.
I would appreciate that.
Actually, I might be able to do you one better. Kai, that ability you had.
Yes.
Maggie has an excellent memory. If you were to take them... Oh, crap. And she kind of pauses. Well, perhaps I should just keep a hold of them. And Maggie's just looking back and forth. What? And she goes, I can hold on to the memories, and after it's killed, you can just take them from me and give them back to your friends.
Is she talking to Kai?
Yeah, she's talking to Kai.
How long does that stay around?
It doesn't stay around. I don't think it will be able to last that long.
She shakes her head. No. And she just kind of points to her head. I'll put him in here, like Dolma's. I won't be forgetting that anytime soon.
Oh. Yes, I suppose we could work something out.
Dilma kind of shakes her head. If you're talking about my memories in general, that's... You're talking about an entire lifetime of interactions. I'm not willing to give those up.
Vadra nods. Well then, I suppose we can make arrangements with the temple. But that is stuff that can be discussed after. If you'll excuse me, I have a lot of work to do, much to verify. We will keep in touch.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And she'll nod and then Blendbit and kind of motion and walk out the room, Blendbit hastily following. Maggie, who's looking back and forth. So, What's this about memories? And
You
she's
know,
speaking
in-
in Elvish.
Yeah, so in Elvish, Dulma will say, "What do you know about false hydras?"
False hydras? Is that like a hydra that lies to people? I've never heard of that. I thought they were just mindless beasts.
That seems to be the general consensus, but no. And she will start describing the thing. And
Got you.
while she's thinking about it, she's actually going to sit down and sketch out the face in her journal.
She actually like goes over to the table and like squats down so that her eyes are like level with the table, with her like fingers on the top of it as she watches you sketch and tell the story.
Mhm.
Like like a cat that's like staring at you over the lip of a table.
Mhm. But yeah, I had said before that Dolma had written down most of what Sheem had said, and she's going to continue adding to it what she's learned so far, along with the face that she remembers.
Gotcha. And after you tell the tale, she'll nod. Wow, that sounds terrible. Sounds horrible.
It was, and as soon as we walk back into its territory, I'm going to forget it all over
Oh,
again.
I'm sorry. I am. I guess that's why she chose me. I rarely have any dealings with that side of town. I don't really know anyone personally, and if I forgot them, I wouldn't even realize I knew them in the first place.
Mhm.
Well, so, not really sure how you guys work. I don't know what we do from here, but we probably shouldn't stand in this office.
We won't get much done from here, I don't think. And she'll look over at Ashu and Arthur. Is there anything else that you needed from here? Anything that you can think of that you might be able to find?
There's plenty here, but that I think is for another time. Nothing that'll help us out with the current situation. Arthur?
This shit's in common.
Mm-mm.
Right.
So if you,
Mm.
Ah, the dragon language is so beautiful, so fluid.
Quick question. Are there
ha.
two of you that don't speak Elvish?
Raise his
The
hand.
drow?
Or,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the
why
drow
Kai hasn't
don't
really
speak
been saying
Elvish.
anything.
Yeah,
Kai's
Yeah.
like,
There was like an entire like conversation going on at the table, only understanding like a quarter of it every now
yeah,
and
like
then.
every now and then it's like,
Ty would probably have been giving you guys the cliff notes.
Oh,
Now you
Ori would
guys
have
know
buggered
how I
off and
feel.
like started messing
Alright.
with things in the office.
yeah, I
Just,
think
like
Kai
poking
would.
at him.
Yeah, I think Kai would join Oreed if he started messing around in the office, just to like, just like look around, maybe open a couple drawers, see what's inside.
the second you do, Maggie will look over and in Elvish say, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. Blimbit's very particular about her stuff. She doesn't like people going through her stuff. Trust me, I know. I was cleaning floors for a month."
Yeah, Doma like holds up a hand and goes, They don't speak Elvish.
Oh, my, how terribly inconvenient. How do you people communicate?
A lot of repeating.
Ashu looks tired.
Ori leans
I
over
mean,
to Kai. Are we in trouble?
I
Everyone's
do
looking
not.
at us.
I do not know. Perhaps we shall smile and wave and hide behind the desk.
Good plan.
Let us hide as well as draw attention to. That should work.
And they do just that.
Ori executes the plan.
I will say, now that Arthur has somebody to translate, you guys can just speak in common. And Maggie can
I mean,
potentially translate.
Dolma's been translating, but I guess she's not a cute mage, so
Well,
whatever.
I keep forgetting, okay?
I
Jeez.
think you're a
Listen, I'm
sexy
sick.
bard.
Why, thank you.
Timer definitely thinks so.
Bazinga.
So
Ooh.
we'll say this: we'll speak in common, and Maggie will translate incredibly fast in Draconic, not Elvish.
Nice.
Perfect, because he can keep
Which is
up.
very odd, because a woman of her size and stature and soprano voice speaking low guttural dragon speak.
Yeah.
She'll go, so what do you guys do on a day-to-day basis? I'm supposed to follow you and stay with you until Vadra has no need of it anymore.
Usually people come up
Panic.
to us and give us quests, even though they don't know us.
Sometimes we poke through crates, for spare credits.
Yes, this downtime is quite odd. I am not used to it. What do we want to do? I mean,
I
Fishing?
guess we. No. I
I've never gone
guess.
fishing.
Sorry, that was Kenzie coming
Oh.
out.
I love to think I just
No.
shut that down.
That is Kenzie at work coming out. I guess if it sounds like we might need to deal with this portal before we can deal with the Hydra, and we need to time them well, so we might as well start working on the portal, which didn't the druids say they would help with, or am I imagining things?
It was more of a gray hand scenario, I
Yeah,
think.
but didn't we tell?
Yeah.
Didn't you two tell the druids?
No, we told Blimbit.
She's looking at us shoeing.
And Arthur.
Arthur, thank you. I'm looking at Dragon Boy, and I.
Oh, the
Dragon
Dragon
Boy.
Boy.
My
It
favorite
sounded
boy.
like that they would probably be more interested in helping if we helped them.
That was
They
the point I was
scratch our
getting.
back, we scratch yours, sort of it.
You've spoken with a druid?
We
Yeah.
spoke to a lot of people in the last couple days.
I didn't realize there were any druids in town.
I didn't realize most of these things were in this town.
She nods, sagely.
Dulma kind of jabs a thumb in the direction of the harbor. Did you know there was an archdruid under your harbor?
What? No, absolutely not. Oh, it'd be so fun to talk to her. I bet she's seen so many things. It's a she? A he? He? She.
Very small
Oh,
she, apparently.
I bet she's been a tree. I've always wondered what it's like to be a tree. I should ask her.
What kind
Well-
of tree would you be?
She says an evergreen, so I never have to worry about malting.
You have to worry about pine
be
beetles.
Malting all year round.
Right. I mean, why worry about it if it happens all the time?
Or it's that exclaims, I would be a shrubbery.
And she says, "Oh, well, I believe Vadra is going to be working on closing the portal. It's usually very important work. Unfortunately, it's a little bit above my skill. Quite honestly, I got to be honest with you. When it comes to mage and spells and things like that, I'm not exactly the best. But I have been here for 8 years studying, which some people seem to think that makes me rather slow. But I think it just means that I learn at a different pace than everyone else."
Yes.
Slow is not a word I would use to describe you.
Right, I know.
Kai gives a smile.
And she kind of smiles back. I mean, I can manage some small, simple spells that are very, very helpful, and I speak over 8 languages, which I learned here. But yeah, I can't close portals.
So back to druids. Maybe we should do what they asked. So then
Yes,
they
that would
could
be
help.
great. And Shoes gets up and starts walking.
Yeah.
Oh, mom's getting up.
Quick, follow the mother duck.
As the shoe is walking out, Maggie just starts following behind you in step. Hi, I'm sorry. Are you a tiefling? You look like a tiefling.
Yes.
I've never met a tiefling before. Hi.
Yes, they try to avoid this area.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people don't like you. I think it's because they don't understand. It's not really your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong, did you?
She almost trips and then continues to go, well, I guess between you and me, no.
She nods as if like that was the answer she was totally expecting. Well, in any case, if anyone comes up and gives you a hard time, I will strictly tell them that you are on business for the Mage Academy. It's not really true per se, but I can try, and maybe they'll leave you alone.
They leave me alone perfectly fine. Also, I'd rather not you lie for me.
Right, no lying. Got it. So they leave you alone or magic missile.
No.
I like her.
Oh my god.
I'd be
Either
a
you leave us
pine
alone-
tree.
Unless there is immediate and apparent danger, no magic missiles.
She kind of pouts just for like a second. Right. Okay. Perfect. Of course. Right. I mean, magic missile. Who would do that? Actually, did you hear?
Mages.
She like turns to like everyone else. Did you hear? Apparently, there's a man in the jail who used magic missile, and it somehow hurt one of the nobles in the town.
Doma just like walks slightly fast at her temples.
I mean, maybe it's not true,
Tell
but
us
you hear
more.
gossip. Well, apparently it was an elf. I think what elf? I don't know. The story always changes. But from what I heard, he cast magic missile that blew up a wall, and there was a noble standing on the wall. I don't know why he was on the wall, but that's just the rumor I heard. And I think maybe it was like for love. And the noble was like took his wife or something, and he threw a bunch of magic missiles and killed the noble. So now he's in jail.
Ty is gonna look at Doma and go, I like this story.
Oh god. She just like scrubs at her face and then pauses and shakes her head and just keeps walking.
A shoe does stop and go, did you want to stop at the jail?
I do need a written slip from, or whatever it is, from Vadra first. It can wait for now, as long as we're not going back into the other side of town.
Oh, do you need to get in the jail? I can get you in. I know the guard. We're old friends. I've been there sometimes.
That she can get us into the jail. Kai will reiterate.
Oh my
This doesn't
god.
sound legal. Why am I the one saying this?
No. I mean the guard, the guy at the gate's just my friend. I can say if you need to visit someone, this is my friend. We're gonna go visit someone. He lets me in all the time, especially sometimes not by choice. Like not my choice.
What did you? Nope. I don't need to know as much as I want to.
I try really, really, really hard to learn magic.
So you ask criminals?
No, I just may sometimes experiment outside of the academy, which I'm not really supposed to do. And yes, I know there's some fires that were started, but really, anyway.
Were
I'm
you
sorry.
arrested or were you practicing in the jail?
Both?
Hardcore. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
But I have a feeling this might be a private conversation.
Doma nods, if you all don't mind.
Don't mind what?
Where are we going?
Harbor?
Okay.
Shall we meet you at the harbor, like last time?
Okay.
A shoe shrugs. Like last time.
Very well. The harbor.
All right. So you guys are splitting the party again.
Yay!
We like doing that, apparently.
We have a lot of different character motivations.
Yeah, we do.
So, fortunately, Dolma and Ty, you are given a written notice before you even leave the tower, so you don't need Maggie.
Oh, thank God.
She can continue on to the harbor. So you two, we'll handle that one first. You two make your way to the jail.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach the front of the jail, you notice that there is, for the first time in a few days, not an elf out front.
Oh, thank God.
Is he inside?
You make your way inside, and you see in like the holding chamber in the front, which is where the non-violent, usually it's where they put people who get drunk and need to sleep it off, is a very disheveled blonde acting elf.
Moving down the word.
Called it.
Fucking Christ.
As you go inside, you give the written notice, of course, and as you're doing so, he will stand up. You! I know you, as he's saying this to Dolma. You were speaking with her. Are you related? You look related.
She takes a slow breath and turns a very icy gaze on him. She's my mother.
I see. And he kind of like is taken back a little bit. Roll me an intimidation check.
Sure.
Careful,
I
you might
can
be
do
into that.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Eh.
He kind of like sits back down and he goes, "Oh, well, tell her if you see her that
No.
I am
And she
trying to
walks
understand."
away.
Oh.
Mm.
You make your way down the rows and you see that your parents have been separated according to your advice
Oh, thank God.
and are in two cells in completely different areas of
Oh, fuck. Now she has to tell the story twice.
Yeah, I caught on to that one.
Oh, shit.
However, you approach your mother first,
Mhm.
and she is currently laying on her bed and saying, well, actually, roll me a perception check, because this wouldn't exactly be loud.
Oh, boy.
Can I?
Perception.
Yes, you
I'm
can as
so
well.
good at that. Oh, thank God.
Ty, you hear her very quietly saying, "No, of course I don't have any feelings for that stupid elf. I just wanted to piss you off."
Oh,
And
my
then,
God.
"Yes, I know. I came here to get you out, you dolt." And then she kind of looks up. "Oh, Dolma." And she kind of stands up and kind of looks around. Good to see you again. Have you come to your senses yet? Where's your brother?
Oh, boy. So, Dolma is very quiet, and her gaze has gone from icy to numb, and now it's just very tired. And she walks forward, kind of grabs the bars and rests her forehead against the metal. He's gone, Mom.
Her face instantly turns stone. So you remember him?
There's a moment where she tenses, and it takes a little bit for her to actually meet her mother's eyes. There's a lot more to this than you know. I didn't remember him because something, I don't know if it took my memories or hid them away, but it's something called a false hydra. And it takes the memories of people. She clears her throat. It takes, and it makes you forget them. But a a cleric restored my memories. And I was there the night that he was taken. But I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna kill this thing, and I'm going to bring him back.
Oh.
Dolma, as you're speaking, your mother quietly, calmly grasps the bars in front of her, and with her muscles just bulging, pulls the bars apart with her natural 20 strength check.
God.
So
And
it's like
without
Dolma's just holding the bars, and they just get yanked.
and without a word, as you finish that, she just walks forward and embraces you.
Oh, hang on. Let me do something real quick.
As if they were made of like balsa wood or something. Oh my god!
Yeah, so Dolma just breaks down crying and hugs her mom back.
I think Ty's just scared.
Oh, Ty, I should mention as well, completely forgot. All of your memories of Fulma have returned as well. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to bring that up. I was so focused on what you saw in the mirrors. No,
No, you said that.
okay. I don't know what your relation with him exactly was. It's something maybe you and I should get together about later. But he was very devoted to Dolma to the point where you would be able to tell this in time. It's not that he didn't like you, but he never fully, treated you like you were one of the family. But he
Yeah.
was always polite, always very kind, and always very helpful.
I think what I said was like she was very like. Let me do a quick Google check to make sure I'm about to say the right word. Yeah, she was probably very like apprehensive of him and unsure of himself, but at the same time, probably still like a little bit admiring him.
Gotcha. But you see, I mean, you just saw Dolma's mother just tear the bars as if they were, made out of styrofoam. Just bend them back,
Yeah,
walk
that's why
through,
she's scared.
and embrace Dolma. You also notice her shirt has ripped in a few places.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And there are like two guards down the hall, and they're just like eyes bulging and looking at each other, and
I
like,
feel like Ty's a part of their look of like, what do we do?
yeah, like hands on swords. But my God, this orc just walked out of herself.
She could have always done this. The only thing keeping her in there is choice.
Oh god, it's like the fucking kidnapping meme of just like, oh no, she's not in there with you. You're in there with her.
She rolled a nat 20. She didn't even grunt. She just quietly opened them.
Oh my god. Mama bear. Mama bear. Oh my god. Yeah, so Dolma's just crying, hugging her mom, saying, I'm sorry, over and over and over again.
She holds you without saying a word, will stroke your hair, and then probably a good 10 minutes or so when the tears have passed, she'll put you back at arm's length and say, Dolma, I can't leave. Your idiot father is still stuck in here.
It's a choice. Oh my god. She nods and wipes at her eyes. Fucking eyeshadow getting smeared and shit.
Just fix that.
Still holding you out a little bit at arm's length, she said, I'm not going to make you go through that twice. I'll tell your father.
She nods and then pauses and sighs. Have you two been sending to each other this entire time?
It is a very annoying trait of his, yes.
She just raises a brow.
You didn't sound annoyed. And then quickly hides behind Dolma.
Crap, I don't have it pulled up. What is your mom's name? I want
Goldon.
to just keep referring to her as your mom. I don't
Golma?
have her notes. Hang on, do I have her notes?
Oh, Goldon.
Or,
Okay.
or Galdon. Galdon.
Galdon, yeah. Hang on, let me correct that spelling because I did not spell that right. Galdon looks at Ty and her eyes narrow a little bit. And she says, in any case, do me a favor. Tear that thing limb from limb from me. And then
Dolma gives her a shaky smile and nods. Plan to.
And then she kind of puts a finger under your chin and lifts it up. And then get my boy back.
Smile immediately drops and she nods firmly.
She nods. And then takes a few steps back into the cell. And starts trying to slowly getting the bars back. They're not moving. Her emotion has been spent.
I think they are permanently damaged. We're going to have to move them out of different cells again.
Hands up right next to each other again.
She'll turn to the guards and just kind of shrug and then walks back over to her cell and sit down on her bed.
She starts to leave and then pauses, and she's going to send a message to her mother and say, I love you. And she will head back.
All right.
I think I don't remember. Did we have a discussion on how we can bring him back in stream or
No,
by
we did
ourselves?
It was out of stream.
Okay. That was also too Elora. I don't remember when we had this conversation. I just remember it happening.
Fuck if I know. I just know that Dolma's gonna bring his ass back no matter what.
Before, because I'm guessing we're heading to the harbor now, eh?
Yes.
Okay, so while we're still alone, Ty is gonna look around to make sure we're still alone.
Yeah, you pass two guards that still are frozen in place, not really sure how. This isn't in the manual, all right? They're not equipped to deal with
for
this.
Scenario.
One of the best nat 20s I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really.
I mean, it was beautiful. Who needs to go to an opera house when we have Dolma's mom right there for entertainment?
We also have a singer.
Oh man.
Okay, joke thing first before the actual thing of just when they're walking by the elf, Ty's gonna look and be like, don't bother. She's just still scared.
Roll me a deception check.
Am I deceiving?
Okay, or persuasion.
That doesn't feel like a deception.
You know Ty better. Or persuasion, one of the two.
As much as I have proficiency deception, I'm pretty sure that's persuasion.
Oh
God.
He looks at you and he nods. Though love does make the young do stupid things.
I'm the young. I'm scared.
But you guys do make your way out of the jail, and you're actually fairly alone in the upper palace gardens.
Okay, then Ty is gonna stop Dolma and just be like, what about... I'm sure you want it. There's ways it'll be faster, but the ring.
Dolma freezes and looks almost a little shocked and then thinks for a little bit and sighs. I would really rather not have to wait that long. I mean, if we have to, then fine, but I have to get my brother back before then, if I can.
That's fair. You're definitely dealing with this type of grief for way less time than I have. I can still wait.
She pauses and watches Ty for a moment, and she pulls her into a hug. Not crying this time, thank God.
She'll hug you back and be like, I'm good. I'm used to it now, but
I know, I
now
guess
we
I'm
just
gonna
both know.
Yeah. And she takes Ty's hand and starts heading towards the harbor.
I'd also like both of you to roll me a knowledge arcana, please.
Oh boy, with my +1.
Yeah, this
Hey,
isn't
fine.
horrible. It's just oof.
No.
Oh,
That is pretty horrible,
Uh,
actually. Take that back.
Hi, you've never really had much cause of concern to know what market value prices is for cleric and wizard spells are.
No.
Actually,
She's a grave robber.
I'm so sorry. Now that I think about it, is your religion proficiency any different, Dolma?
nope, it's still a +1.
Gotcha. Thought so. Dolma,
Mm-hmm.
you have heard of resurrection spells. You know they exist. Of course, you, as you've talked about, also know of other means. You don't know who's powerful enough to cast it. All you know that it is a spell that powerful clerics and priests can do.
Mm-hmm.
But you do know enough to know that in many big towns, services can be purchased. Though you might need to seek out just exactly what that would entail. You imagine it would be fairly expensive.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is something she's going to have to.
Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to see what your character would know about such things.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be
Ty
fair,
knows
hasn't
necromancy.
had much of a cause.
Yeah, but also her brother was studying to be a cleric, so he would probably yeah, one day maybe I'll be.
Actually, Ty,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Or a good point. Roll me knowledge history with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, way better.
Wow.
Your associates have on occasion raised dead.
I should
On
hope so. That's their
rare occasion, on rare occasion, they have raised or created, because you don't just raise, you have to go through. There's a whole process, as anyone who watches Crimson Throne might know, of bringing back sentient undead. Which the difference is, there's a difference between being just a zombie, shuffling corpse, and an undead who fully remembers who they are and what they were and all that. That process is, first of all, you have to know people who can do it. You have to be in that circle, which, hey, you know, it's about 1,500 gold, or sometimes they'll do it for big favors, that kind of thing.
Big favors. Hey.
But about 1,500 to 2,000 gold is generally what they charge. Though, of course, whoever they raise is undead, which has a host of issues. For some people, others enjoy it.
Methinks a cleric might have issue with that.
Yep,
but
knowing that your
Jarek
brother's a cleric of
loved it.
Sarenrae.
Jarek loved it though. He can have a buddy.
Robin's a fan.
Robin is definitely not full mind. But yeah, no, trust me, the thought has crossed my mind. It's probably not.
But as far as other techniques, I mean, you can ask the others or just investigate. It's not that hard. In any case, you guys make your way down to the harbor. Is there anything that you'd want to talk about on your way there, other that you haven't already?
Not that I can think of.
Yep. You can switch to the others.
All right. Switching to the others, we can start with the start of the walk back to the harbor. The Ty and Dolmus peel off to have what you are sure is going to be a very uncomfortable situation or conversation. Sorry. As you guys make your ways to the harbor,
Is Kai with us the entire way this time?
Are you
Good
holding her
question.
hand?
Maybe. I don't want to repeat it last time.
If you're holding her hand, she's with you. If you're not, it's anyone's guess.
Got a 50-50 shot.
A 50 shot.
All right, so we'll say yes.
I've got nothing else other than making sure that Kai is with us this time. Still don't know where she went. Never asked.
Sure don't.
So, anything that you guys would discuss on your way to the harbor?
No.
Nothing pressing, nothing that I
No.
can think of.
Oh, you're talking to
Gotcha.
us.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
for some
Harbor
reason
peeps.
I thought we were still on Dolma and Ty.
No,
Nope.
you guys.
I think Kai would probably low energy from Criana tonight, but I think Kai would be trying to figure out because Maggie's with us, right?
Correct.
I think she'd be asking about her family history.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, I will give you the cliff notes, as that would take up most of the walk to the harbor.
And that's why I'm not doing this in character.
Maggie actually grew up with nobility. Her stature, or her place, she's from Coalhaven, and her parents are actually, or were, they aren't anymore, but they were ambassadors here in Averton. They used to live at the Coalhaven Embassy. That's where she grew up. And despite being a member of nobility, she and excelling at her studies, she wasn't a good magic caster per se when it came to the priestly arts. Her family is known for being diplomats or clerics or priests of that nature, and she didn't have much what's the word, proficiency,
Aptitude.
Thank you, aptitude for either. As while she was a great fast talker and a great learner, she has this way of turning people off and not being good in diplomatic situations for some reason. Can't imagine why. And
But magic missile.
just like Dolma's dad. So instead of having her family disown her, she decided to take it upon herself to learn magic, and she has been at the Magic Academy ever since. She went there when she was 12, and she is still there, and that is basically her family story. Her parents are no longer ambassadors to Averton. They've moved back to Coalhaven, but Maggie has stayed here because, as she says, if you start something, you got to finish it. Even though she's quite sure she'll probably be about 50 before she finishes it. All right. So with that,
Sorry, I think my Discord's freaking out.
uh-oh. What'd you miss?
No, I think I heard it all. It just was okay. Continue on. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. So we'll say that you all make your way to the harbor. The group gets there first before, obviously, Dolma and Ty. What do you guys do when you get to the harbor?
I suppose we would just wait outside, like, the tavern?
Yeah, we could go to where we were hanging out before, where we were having our reading time. Or
Yeah.
Arthur was having. We could just read a bit.
Yeah, let's read a bit.
My book.
Read a bit and let the others catch up.
Yeah. Just relax.
Sure. Easy enough. So you guys just relax, let the others catch up. Eventually, Dolma and Ty do manage to catch up with you. Unexpectedly, maybe blissfully, when you guys sit down to relax, Maggie actually pulls out a book and is completely into the book and does not say a word.
Does the cover look familiar?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's where I need to go to. Nope, never. Don't know what that is.
All right. Anyone else who would have any passing glances at her books may also try and roll a perception check. Okay. Arthur and Eschew. Arthur, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, buddy. You can't read it.
Does he recognize the cover art?
Maybe. So sorry, I'm pulling something up. The cover, Eschew, you would read, it has on it 90 Nights of Nymph. And on the back, there's a small little bookmark text that says, Herbert found the legendary Ring of Endurance, but the nymph, Celeste, found him.
Yes.
It's smut.
That's what I was looking. That's what I was looking for.
Written by the mysterious Maiden of the Starry Sea.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, Kai doesn't know that, so Kai doesn't care.
I'm just gonna say it's not one of the books that he recognizes.
No. But you do recognize the symbol of the
Starry Maiden.
mysterious Maiden of the Starry Sea.
Oh, and that's the same kind of symbol that's on my book, isn't it?
No, not the Crimson Tiger books.
Oh. I thought that... Okay, never mind.
That's a naughty book, the Starry Maiden.
Yeah, no, that'd be a whole different kind of Crimson Tiger. Wow. All right, no, the Crimson Tiger books were written by someone else.
The Crimson Cougar.
Oh, we don't know that, actually. We don't know that they were written by a different person. It could be multiple pseudonyms or whatever.
Absolutely. You don't know who wrote it. Even Eschew's not sure who wrote it. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But didn't Tally say something?
Oh, yes, that's true. Eschew knows that Tally's father wrote it, but you still don't really know who that is.
That's true, but we have no idea if he had a side smut job.
Tally's father was the mysterious Maiden of the Starry Sea.
Crimson Tiger and a starry-eyed maiden.
My
what
God,
a career.
It'd be the perfect cover. No one would expect the writer of the cheesy serial Crimson Tiger to also write hang on.
Smut.
To also write no, you gotta do this right. Halflings and long things.
Oh, don't forget though, she also
Oh my God, Squeak.
translated a celestial baby book.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't come up with the titles, just the descriptions. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay, let me amend my last thing then. Jesus Christ, wings.
So Doma, Ty, you find them sitting on the beaches by the cliffside reading books, and if anyone else would be doing something, please let me know.
I would be helping Arthur read thing.
Makes sense.
Hell yeah.
I'd be wearing my Orc Pride and Prejudice or whatever it's called.
You guys just started a book club.
Orc Pride. Yeah, we started a book club.
Different books, but yeah, sure.
You mean Orc Pride and Elf Hide?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one.
What? Wait.
No, I think I
Isn't
got that
it
wrong.
Elf Pride and Orc
Give
Hide?
me a second.
Yes.
Elf Pride and Orc Hide, yeah. Which volume do you have?
The first one. I gotta start from the beginning.
Right, no, you have
You can't
to.
just
It just
start in
makes
the
sense.
middle of a series, Squeak.
Right.
I'm just making sure.
Wait,
All right,
what the fuck?
This is what we get up in arms about.
Yeah.
This
hell,
is when the
Squeak?
players revolted on the DM. Oh man. So you guys all, what is your next step?
Alright, I think it's time to go bar hopping. Because, and I will say, because, unless you guys want to do the Lord's Alliance stuff, we can deal with the, trying to find Sir Ambrose, and if we can convince him to go back to the Emerald Enclave, back to Falconmere, we have a place to stay. We don't even need to deal with the necromancers or anything like that. We just need to try and find him and tell him, go home. You're drunk. Get out of here.
I'm sober as a fish.
We could also, help him and not tell him that he sucks at his job.
Yeah. I mean, but what's the fun in that?
None.
Alright. I just want to point out we haven't met the guy. I
Yeah,
don't
we
want to send him to the executioner's block without at least knowing what the flippy did.
Okay, God. But yeah, that's an option. Or also at the harbor, which is where we are right now. We could try and do the Lords of the Lion stuff, which is figure out what the hell's up with the Kenku thing, try and find the guy that Kip wanted us to find, and arrest him. Figure out why he's trying to start riots.
I'd say let's just try to find Sir Ambrose first, because that'll be the fastest thing, because we know what we're looking for. With the Kenku thing, we do not know exactly what we're looking for, and that'll take up more time.
Yeah. I mean, we might be able to get both done, and then...
We might,
Let's focus on one.
Let's focus on one for now.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think Allie brings up a good point.
Yeah.
I disagree. 6 things at once, so you can do this.
No one asked you, God!
Squee, I'm going to have to ask you to sit in the corner.
Oh, shit.
Squee goes into the cell with that elf.
You could go in the cell with the orc that broke our own bars.
No, I like my life.
I mean,
Thank
there's
you
an
very much.
entrance.
You could just walk right in.
All right. So you're looking for Sir Ambrose. You have been told that he has been seen around the docks, the harbor. How would you like to go about looking for him?
Do we just want to yell out, "Hey, Ambrose, you're around here"?
You guys can also, because it's not always used like this, but you can also use investigation checks to simulate, asking around, seeing if anyone's heard, that kind of thing.
Do we have any idea what this character looks like?
Nope. Other than he is a
He's a knight.
I'm sorry?
He's a knight.
He is a knight of advanced years. He's in his silver years, which is why they're concerned. He may be a little too old to be getting into this kind of mess. But other than that, and he has a very large mustache. Other than that, you have not been told very much.
Let's try and use well connected properly this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Explain to me how that works again. It's been a little bit.
The life of a scoundrel often involves learning to make friends and trade favors to get ahead. At the 3rd level, if you spend at least 1 hour carousing a populated area, you can find one of the following, if any. Information regarding the location of a person's and interests. The other 2. It's lodging and illegal goods.
Okay, so how long? An hour?
Hour, yeah.
Right. So basically, Ty spends an hour or so going around the harbor asking, basically, and of course, it's not, you don't just straight up and ask people, you know better than that. You strike up a conversation, and then you just gently guide the conversation to where you want it to be. And after about an hour or so, you find that he was last seen drinking at a small inn called the Fisher's Pond.
That's a good name.
Which is, let me point to it, over here.
Okay.
You know what? That was probably the bar that Ty and Dilma first got drunk at when they first got there.
Possible.
I keep forgetting we didn't get drunk at Mundane Inn.
Yep.
All right. I mean, we did get drunk there, but also...
Yeah, we got drunk there too.
But initially,
we went somewhere else, and I keep forgetting that portion. All right.
Okay, so you guys make your way to the Fisher's Pond. Do you all go inside, or is anyone not going inside for any reason?
No.
No.
Just making sure. You make your way inside. It is a quaint little tavern. It's not the same one you guys drank at. It's a bit lower establishment when it comes to quality. The all the tables are mostly actual like barrels with wood on top of them, with cheap stools around each one. The bar is a real bar, but it's obviously very old and worn. There's only about 3 people in the whole place. There's a bartender who's cleaning a mug with a greasy rag. They are a bit short, not halfling, but certainly a shorter human, kind of gaunt. They have black hair that falls down to about their shoulders and kind of a big hook nose and an eye patch over their left eye and a big apron. There's a person asleep, it looks like, on one of the tables, like they've just fallen asleep over the top of the table. And at the bar, with their helmet off, sits a man in full plate mail. A shield, almost as big as he is, leaning on the bar next to him, and a mace, well, actually a morning star with a massive metal head laying on the floor. His helmet is on the bar next to him, and you see a man, a human, who looks to be in his late 50s, maybe early 60s. His hair is mostly silver, but you still see touches of a corn hue, like a cornrow blonde, or like dishwater blonde, I think is what you would call it. And the hair is fairly short, but also a bit unkempt. And there is a mustache that looks more like a walrus stash. And he's basically sitting at the table in full plate mail with the cup kind of, he's leaning over it. He's got both hands grasped around it, and he's just like, he's staring into the bottom of his mug. You know that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And as you come in, the barkeep puts the glass down and goes, "Oh, customers, please have a seat anywhere you want. Are you fresh off the boat? You look like you're fresh off the boat. Can I get you something, perhaps some local ale?"
What's the local ale?
It's ale that was made locally.
Is
What's
it ale?
inside of it?
Barley, I think.
Do you have any pig's blood?
What?
Please say that's a brewery.
It is a delicacy up in the tundra.
Oh, you're one of them drow. I should have known. Should have seen it right away. I should have. Yes, well, no pig's blood, sorry. But next time you come by, I'll make sure to have some. Please have a seat. My name's Oppie. I'm here to serve your pleasures. Can I get you something? Local ale, perhaps some bread?
Local ale.
We're local ale.
I mean, that's all he offers. Local ale and bread.
Jesus.
What did Wind Lady tell us about this guy again?
Give me a second. Sir Ambrose Everdon, a grizzled old champion of Kelvmore, has offered to help the city guard catch a necromancer who's stealing bones from the city of the dead, or from the Cave of Rest.
And what did she give us a reason to find this guy, or just?
Yes, they are worried. He's getting along in his years. He's an old friend, and when he was younger, he was one of the best. He was amazing. You know, a knight to the core. But he's getting old, and they're not sure taking on a necromancer by himself is exactly a good move if they enjoy the company of their old friend.
Do we have any idea what his personality is like? Like, does he seem like, did they say that he was stubborn or?
Nope, it was not offered.
Just
Nor
a
asked.
grizzled old
Yeah.
veteran.
He's old.
That's what you know. He's old, and he's a knight.
He's got a great mustache.
Ah, but
old
guys,
knight.
he's so old. He's so old.
You know the saying that the knight is young? Well, it's definitely not anymore.
Oh,
Oh, God. Nice. Very nice. Clever.
Okay, Boomer.
Oh my god.
Bazinga. And with
No.
that,
Okay, getting back on track. I think our first thing we should do is probably just hang around for half an hour and just watch this guy and get a feel for him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just
Okay.
all
How-
straddle
how-
up to the bar.
okay, hold on.
What time is it right now?
It's early, right? It's early. You guys, all you've done today is you woke up, had breakfast, and you went straight to the Blackstaff.
Okay, Allie,
So
I need you to pick high or low.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
I'm
we'll
gonna
say
go
it's around
high.
noon.
You're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
high?
go high. Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're holding Kai's hand. She comes to the bar with you guys.
Ah.
You all take seats around the bar, and the bartender Oppie starts pouring you all ale in these wooden mugs, and starts setting them down in front of you, saying, "That'll be 1 copper apiece." And he just kind of holds his hand out.
Kai kind of makes a face and says, "I did not order this."
You didn't? I could have sworn. Pretty if you say so. He's not removing his hand or the ale.
Oh my god. How
Are-
many? Is it one for everyone?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus
Basically,
Christ.
he put like 5 mugs on the table, or 6 mugs on the table, and took a big picture and just went, whoosh, and then put them all in front
Oh,
of you.
wow, I see. Maggie doesn't get one. Okay.
Oh no, 7, I suppose. Which, by the way, she's been quiet this whole time. But as you get to the bar, let's see. I'm just gonna go in the top of the order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She is next to a shoe. Oh no.
I am so sorry,
I'm
Issue.
sorry, Piff. She's next to a shoe and she goes, Mr. Shoe,
Yes?
what are we doing here?
What?
Well, I'm just curious. This seems like an odd place to just walk into.
You know, you haven't asked me since we sat down and read something, or the hour of waiting beforehand. Now you ask me? Mm,
Damn, Mom is pissed. She don't want to stop by McDonald's.
She pauses and she looks at you for a while and she goes, "Have you ever considered teaching at the academy? You'd make a very good teacher."
Oh my god.
She stops and starts contemplating.
I want to make a career switch.
Yeah,
Might
Dolma
be safer.
slaps. Yes, Dolma slaps down 7 copper because this guy's obviously not going to move until she does.
And Dolma's broke.
Fuck.
Is Dolma broke?
Gotcha. No,
No,
it's only
God.
7
Okay.
copper. This is the cheapest of the cheap taverns. Now it's not like it's not dirty in the sense that there's not like a bunch of people fighting and stabbing each other, but this is definitely where
It's
you
new.
go. Well, yes, but this is definitely where you go if you want cheap ale and you don't have a lot of money.
What does this ale smell like?
Dishwater.
Okay, you have to help me, guys. I don't drink, so
Bad.
alcohol.
I mean, does it seem like it smells like what they're selling it to be? Like,
Does it smell weak? Does it smell strong?
Smells pretty weak.
Yeah, this is watered down shit.
yeah.
Hey.
Is there like a potted plant nearby that Kai can just dump this thing in?
No, there's no plants in here. That
There's
takes
no
work.
plants.
No,
Is
it's
there-
like it's like a 1-room shack. Basically,
They don't have like is there like a bowl, like a pretzel bowl, anything?
Oh, you
There's
could dump
sawdust on the ground, probably.
it. You could dump it on the sleeping man's face.
Oh my god! Don't give her ideas.
Someone's holding my hand, or I would. No, I'm
Yes,
kidding.
there would be a bowl of oh gosh, what would be a common thing here? You know what? There'd be a bowl of
Ashes.
like dried corn. Corn's a very common crop in Averton. So what they do is a lot of bars will have like corn that's been roasted and dried, so you can snack on it almost like nuts.
Oh, sweet! I'll just dump it in there because I don't want it.
God.
My corn
Well,
nuts.
Well, I was thinking not like corn nuts, more like just corn that's been cooked to a crisp.
That's what corn nuts are.
Squee.
Yeah.
Squee, with prestidigitation, could I flavor it to taste like something else?
You could flavor it to taste like anything you want.
Perfect.
I fully endorse this. Not enough people use this ability. With prestidigitation, you could be the worst chef in the world and taste like the best.
Don't encourage Robin.
And-
He's trying
and-
to teach him.
And if you get the cantrip bonfire, you can cook anywhere.
So,
All right.
whisper, Kai, before like you dump it, he like pokes the cup, and a tiny little bit of like that gold ooze like goes into the cup, but then like dissolves. And he's like, "Try it now."
I don't, but I don't. She was like looking at Ori and looking back at the glass and like.
He is smiling, but you cannot tell if it is like a bad smile or a good smile. It is so true neutral that you don't know what he's up to.
Does it smell the same?
No, it doesn't smell. He can't make it smell something different.
No, just taste. Ori, in your mind, you hear, "Did you make it taste like dirt? I bet you made it taste like dirt."
I'm not that mean. Come on.
You guys hear in Celestial.
Kai is gonna, if Kai wants to, Kai's gonna stand up and she's gonna walk over to the guy's empty mug and just fill it with her drink.
Which guy?
Wasn't there a guy looking down into his mug?
Yeah, Sir Ambrose.
Yeah, that's the guy we're looking. Okay, I thought it was him. Yeah, she'll just walk over and she'll be like, "Here, I do not want this, and your mug is empty," and she'll pour it.
He looks up with the start, and then looks at you, and looks at you pouring it, and he goes, sorry, I was lost in thought there. Well, that's mighty kind of you, miss, but I don't need charity. And he like fishes out a copper. And
She kind of squints. "No, you do not understand. From where I come from, we do not waste any of our food or drink. Please have it. I do not wish to have it."
Oh, well, certainly don't want to encroach upon your culture. And he just starts downing it. Kai,
Mm-hmm.
roll me a perception check.
All right.
Also, I'm very curious on
What it's.
what it tastes like.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Kai, you notice that he's got very odd bronze eyes. His irises are like a deep bronze color, and his pupils are not that of a human. They're more of a slit.
Oh, is he a dragon?
Kai will then immediately sit her butt on the chair next to his, assuming that he's at a table. So she'll kind of sit down and be like, "Your face is different. Where are you from?"
First things first. Ori, what does this taste like?
It tastes like the strongest whiskey imaginable.
He takes a sip and then downs it. And then goes, oh, wow. Didn't know they had that good stuff. A barkeeper, more of this. And like puts the mug on the ground on the table, and then looks to Kai. "Oh, well, young miss, I am Sir Ambrose Everdon of the Order of Kelvmore." And he'll tilt his head. "But I hail here from Averton."
"Oh, forgive me. Kai is gonna remove the mask that she's been wearing since pretty much day one, and she'll kind of point to her eyes, and she'll be like, "Your eyes are different, not like mine, but they are different. I'm curious as to why your eyes are different."
His face gets confused. "Oh, come now, lass. It's not that hard to see green eyes in this town."
Kai kind of like looks at him and be like, "No, you do not understand." your pupils are different. They're thin. Are you what race are you?
He looks at you, and then he does like a thing with his nose where it makes the mustache move in almost a wave, like a. And he goes, "My eyes are different, huh?"
That is not a bad thing. It is good to be unique. I am only curious.
No, alas, it's a bad thing. They should be green. Oh, you don't by chance have a mirror or something, do you?
She'll snap her fingers and look like him.
Perfect.
Oh, hang on. No, I don't need to roll that. I got where? Oh no, that's falls off his chair as he's met with a a much smaller version of himself.
How
And-
big is this guy?
Big, like broad. He's broad-shouldered.
Broad. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He's probably a good 5'8", 5'9", average height, but like especially in the plate mill, like you can see his picture. This is a big man.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And he kind of picks himself up and he goes, "That's oh, you must be a mage. You surprised me, lass."
Let's call it a bar trick. And she'll kind of give a smirk. Anyway, your eyes look like this, and she'll point to her face.
Oh, I see.
Are they not supposed to look that way?
And he sits back down and he's quiet for a moment. "Oh, it's nothing for you to worry about, young miss. Nothing to worry about at all."
You seem distressed. Should I order you another beverage?
No, lass. Given the potency of the last one, probably should be keeping off it. Got work to do.
Oh,
But I thank you kindly all the same.
What kind of work do you do?
I am a knight, young miss.
Oh, I could not tell.
And, he nods, obviously not not either missing it or not understanding. And he goes, "Well, there's evil to be fought in places, and I'm the man to do it."
You seem like you are well versed in the art of knighthood.
Been doing it for 40 years, give or take.
So what exactly is your mission?
Oh, it's not the type of work that a lass like yourself should worry about. Bad people doing bad things.
Okay. She'll snap her fingers and go back to her normal self. I am only curious. I did not mean to intrude. I'll leave you to your work.
He nods and lifts the empty mug. Thanks again, miss.
Anytime.
Miss.
Oh, well, yes, I was about to say, I do not know your name.
He kind of like takes a take. Oh, maybe I drank more than I thought. Sir Ambrose Everdon.
Oh, wait, did he actually say his name?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
No, that's Criana's mistake. Reverse.
Gotcha.
I would remember. Criana's dumb. My name is Kai.
Pleasantly met, Kai. I must say that you are the first drow I've ever met, and if you are an exemplar of your race, they are a very fine race indeed.
Thank you. I will be sure to let my tribe know that.
He nods
And
does another thing with his nose that makes the mustache kind of do a wave motion.
And she will kind of nod her head and head back to the table. And just sit back next to Orreet and kind of side glance at him with like a little smirk on her face.
Exemplary.
Well, I hope he tells that to Sheem.
Thank God.
So
Patty, I like it.
I had to go AFK for really quick. I had to use the bathroom. What's up with his eyes?
They're copper.
bronze.
or
Well,
bronze.
they're bronze and their pupils are that of slits instead of circles.
Yeah, but did he go into why or no?
No.
Okay.
He did
He
not want to
just
tell
like,
Kai.
none of your business.
Pretty
That's
much.
not what he said. He said nothing that should trouble you.
No,
Same
he
thing.
was just
Same thing. More polite.
mildly sexist.
Maybe.
It's the old way. Actually, Kai will get up and head out the door.
Fucking what?
Why? What's going on?
Hurry looks back and forth like, well, okay. Follows suit.
Kai, if you go outside, you'll see Kai like flipping like through a bunch of different like guards that she's seen wandering around Averton. Like, would this one work? No. Would this one work? And she's like snapping her finger, like trying to basically decide which outfit to wear.
Hmm.
I think we should give him more credit. I don't think he's as insane as Don.
I fucking hope not, but still, the comparison is it's there. It's enough. Well, at least he's actually a legitimate knight, but still. So are we just going to sit around the table, like, waiting for her, sipping shitty ale?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if Criana's kind of drawing a blank, so if we want to continue, she might have some ideas later, but she'll be outside for right now.
Okay.
I mean, we were supposed to find him. Were we supposed to bring him back?
We are supposed to try
Yeah.
and get him to call off the necromancer thing and go back to
I'm trying to. Oh, sorry.
either go back to the to Falconmere or just not have to deal with the necromancer.
Yeah. The biggest gist that you all got from him is they would like him to be safe. However that
Mhm.
plays out.
Yes.
They don't want their friend killed.
Which could also technically involve us going with him,
Mm-hmm.
if it comes to that.
If need be, but first, fucking go back. So Dulma is gonna kind of lean towards everyone and mutter in Elvish. So, do we talk to him or not?
I mean, I guess we should. I don't know what Kai's doing.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
Do we ever know what she's doing?
Not yet.
All right then. And remind me who sent us at him. What's the name?
Sir
Jareth?
Ambrose.
The Wind Lady.
The
Oh.
Yes.
Emerald
Yes.
Enclave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I couldn't remember her name.
What was? Nothing.
Oh, you're talking about. Give me a second here.
Jareth Falcon.
Jareth.
lady.
Jareth. Yep, Jareth
Yeah.
Falconmere. I'm not eating chips. You're eating chips.
No, I'm not.
I'm not eating anything.
Why do I have so many
actually.
chips?
Okay.
I'm much more of the straightforward kind myself. But you can go about your sneaky business.
I don't think we should really be sneaky about this.
Maybe don't bring up the fact I'm a grave robber, though.
Noma
Right.
freezes and slow turns to Ty, just like, why in all nine hells would we ever bring that up?
I don't know about these two, and I definitely think Kai's gonna say I'm gonna say something. Kai might say something, but I can't tell her not to do it right now.
Ty, you see Maggie looking at you with sparkling eyes.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I forgot you were here.
Did you say that?
Oh my god.
Ty probably would.
She goes, she just nods. Oh yeah, no, a lot of people do that. You rock graves? That sounds terribly exciting.
No.
How do you do
Someone
it?
like immediately
No.
puts up a finger, like pushes it to Maggie's lips. Not
I should note too, she's
Not
saying this very
now.
quietly, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not here, not now. We can have that conversation later. Mm-hmm. She like slowly pulls away her finger.
By the way, I should note that for any of you who are drinking your drinks, much like Orit, but with
Ashu is pretending to drink.
with no golden liquid, she is casting prestidigitation on everyone's ale.
Oh.
And she seems
He
quite
is?
proud of herself. No, she is. Maggie.
Oh, Maggie is? Oh.
Mhm.
You said Orit for a bit.
I said
why.
not. I said much like, but without the golden ooze of Orit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, awesome. So yeah, she will finish off her ale, kind of like double take, like, oh, that's not bad.
Well, it tastes like sweet apples with a really bad aftertaste.
Oh, like it starts out like, oh, that's not. Oh,
Like, maybe prestidigitation didn't quite go off perfectly.
She just like pauses, like thinks over her answer very carefully, and then kind of does the like shaky point, just like, yeah, you kid, at Maggie, just like keep practicing. She's gonna get up and walk over to the other table.
Her face becomes crestfallen. Oh, right. Okay.
Arthur isn't drinking because it smells weird.
Yeah.
And
That's
he usually drinks either just water or tea. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is strange.
Ashu gets up and wanders over to the man.
Arthur gets
Yeah.
up and goes with a shoe.
Yeah, I think the four of us all are.
Yep.
Maggie is at the table casting prestidigitation on her ale. Over and over and over. So she does not join you. She doesn't notice that you guys leave.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to keep an eye on her.
As you all approach him, he kind of looks up. Oh, I seem to be very popular today. My name is Sir Ambrose Everdon, and I assure you, if you're here to kill me, that won't be quite as easy as you might think.
Do you get many challenges in the middle of a bar?
No, not too many, but generally when 4 or 5 people approach me at once, it usually means business.
Well, it's technically business, but we're certainly not here to kill you, and she's going to...
Oh, well, excellent then. I'm not quite in the mood for a fight at the moment.
Well, before we continue, I would like to say one thing. We are actually here. How do I do this that's most straightforward? The Emerald... Was it Emerald Enclave?
Yeah.
The Emerald Enclave is worried. And I think it would be quite good for you to visit and talk with them, because that is pretty much our job, is to see you safe.
Your job, you say? And his
More of a
face kind of gets
task.
more serious from the jovial. I see. That wet blanket Melinar sent you down here, didn't he?
No.
No.
Jareth.
Ah. Right, of course. And he kind of stares into his mug for a bit. She would be concerned, wouldn't she? She always was like that.
What's your relationship with her?
Oh, I used to travel with the lass before she became a demigod. Good girl, that one. Very smart, sharp as a whip. Deadly. And compassionate. She would have made an excellent knight.
So,
And his face looks like crestfallen. So I'm afraid you've come down here on a hopeless mission. I've got a job to do, and there'll be no turning me away from it. But if you could do me a favor, deliver a message to him for me. Tell him they were the best friends I ever had.
You're gonna die over a necromancer?
By the way, Arthur, roll me perception with advantage, please.
oh, okay. With advantage.
Oh, is this like The Calling?
This man has the eyes of a bronze dragon.
Great. He's going to start speaking in Draconic. So, you wish to take out this necromancer. For what? Why are you so determined to take on this task?
He looks at you strangely and then looks around the table. I'm sorry, lad. I don't speak whatever language that is.
It's draconic.
Huh? Well, never was much one for languages. Never learned it myself. Hell, only seen one or two.
Arthur will try and place a hand on his shoulder, if he wants to react or whatnot. And he's going to try and say, "Your eyes tell the story."
In Draconic?
Yes.
He just looks at you blankly. Right. Do any of the rest of you speak what this lad speaks? I'm terribly sorry. I don't understand. Roll me an insight check, as you're obviously trying to gauge him.
Oh, yeah. That's me, right?
Yes.
Should we all roll an
Okay.
insight?
Yeah, by all means. Anyone who would
'Cause I
want
would
to can.
love to.
Oh, come on. Fucking
This guy
3.
speaks dragon, Arthur. Obviously. Tyburn, Ashu, he seems pretty honest. Dalma, he probably speaks it. This guy.
Yeah, so Dalman's just like,
But no,
Mhm.
Ashu, Ty, he seems like he's just honestly doesn't understand.
Really?
Arthur? And it's just kind of like gently like kind of do the sensation of like pushing back on his shoulder.
Hmm?
And just kind of shake her head at him. I don't think he's getting it.
Regardless, we can't really let you go off and get yourself killed. If anything. And as he starts to laugh, she raises her brow. We are more than happy to help you on your mission.
I'm afraid you got it all wrong, lass.
Oh.
And he kind of looks around, and he just kind of sighs. And he will pull down the top of his breastplate just a little bit. And you see, all of you, a horrendous wound in his chest. One that no one that had that kind of wound would be sitting here drinking. I'm already dead.
The necromancer raised you.
Aye, that she did, lass. But either she messed up, or something went wrong or different, or Hell, if I allow myself to be proud for a moment, maybe I was such a strong personality I remained. I honestly don't know much about undead, but what I do know is that this is one mistake that's going to haunt her.
How did she get to your body so freshly? You already went in there once, didn't you?
He studies you. Oh, you're a fast one, lass. She's the one that did this to me.
And then just left you to go away, or did you get out on your own?
No, the memory's a bit fuzzy. But when I came to, when I was, and he kind of like can't bring himself to say raised or undead, and he goes, I lashed out, and in the confusion, I don't think she expected it. I was able to retreat for the time.
Squee, how much does Ty actually know about the process of this?
Roll me a knowledge arcana with advantage, as you have specific background in this.
Nice.
What more specifically are you looking for?
If we kill the necromancer that raised him, he will die. Or how much time does he have before he loses whatever sense he has right now?
Under normal circumstances, you are correct. If you kill the necromancer, he will die. The exceptions would be if his source of undead is tied to something else, a powerful artifact, perhaps, or there are undead that can break free, like liches. Though pretty certain that's probably not the case here. So under normal circumstances, yes, killing the necromancer would end him. As far as him, how long will he keep his faculties? Well, undead isn't really a degenerative process. Either you're raised as a mindless undead or you're not. Apparently he wasn't. Generally speaking, that's done on purpose and it's very hard to do. However, necromancers, since you've rolled very well, have on occasion talked about certain individuals who were very powerful in spirit can sometimes have such a strong will that they tend to stay even when they shouldn't. In such cases, they are called revenants, and they don't really have a degenerativeness to it. They are sentient until they don't exist anymore.
Arthur?
Yeah?
Why did you start speaking to him in Draconic?
His eyes. I told him his
My
eyes...
again.
Your eyes are those of a bronze dragon.
Excuse me, sir, if you don't mind. She starts getting up and started placing a paper in front of him and a quill, and very neatly. She goes, "Don't worry about this. Actually, she falls a gaze on Dolma. You can do minor illusions, correct?"
She nods.
How? Let's see if I can remember this correctly. Out of character, you were the one that went down and saw like the portal and things like that.
Oritas.
It was Orate.
That was Orate, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was Orate who did so.
Who's outside at the moment?
Pay no attention.
Which, by the way, you two, just let me know if and when you want to come back in.
She will still gaze upon Dolma and go, "Can you make the image of the dragon that we met?"
Sure. And she will minor illusion God, what was his name? Char.
Yep. He'll look at it.
You could just focus on that. And also, I'm just going to say a name to you. Char.
He's like looking at this illusion, sneaking glances at you, and he goes, "Am I supposed to do something?"
She checks the paper to see if anything's going on.
Like he's got the quill in his hand?
Yeah.
No, nothing's going on.
Sorry, just testing some theories.
Apologies, but like I said, I've only met one or two in my day, and they certainly weren't bronze dragons.
Oh, what kind were they?
Oh, I met an ancient red once. He wasn't very happy with me. Which, probably for the best, given that we ended up killing him. And he kind of like holds his hand up. He was killing villagers and the like. Some red dragons tend to get too attached to the taste of humans, you might say. Arthur, I'm not going to make you roll on this. It's rare, but I mean, dragons are like any other race. You got your bad ones.
Oh, yeah. Would he know of this guy?
No, not really. It'd be like saying that, a human's a murderer. There's enough of them out there that you wouldn't... It's not like it's rare enough that you know them all by name.
True.
But no bronze dragons. Certainly nothing that looks like that one. Though I assume that's a fine specimen.
He's in the harbor.
Is he now? I thought I saw some sort of scales.
It's quite polite.
Well, that's good to hear. The one I fought was polite too, as he was trying to melt my armor off. Oh, that was a fight, let me tell you.
Let's stop talking about
Ashu
this.
tries to get back the paper and quill.
Doma dismisses the illusion.
Well, but to answer the question I know you'd be wanting to ask, I have no idea why my eyes be looking like this. Didn't even know until it was pointed out just a few minutes ago. I assume it has something to do with the necromancy. Never understood that much.
And how long have you been like? And she kind of gestures at all of him.
About 3 days or so. Actually, hang on. Let me give me a
Check the
second.
timeline.
Let me check the timeline. Give me a second here.
Gotta look at the calendar.
I think I have a feeling of what's going on, but I'm not 100%. Also, this sure became fucking complicated.
The grave robber is already complicated in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, where?
You can do it.
There we are. I got it. Oh, gosh. So what is today? Today is... We started on October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had 1, 2... We should probably keep track of this. I think it's probably been about 3 or 4 days, right?
No,
at least
this is
4
day
days,
3.
I think.
This is day 3.
No.
All right, so this
is day 4. Sorry, this is day 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this is basically Monday, October 4th. Who'd say, about 2 weeks ago, more or less. It's kind of hard to tell. I haven't needed to sleep.
And what exactly are your plans? To just continue drinking yourself into a stupor until you fall apart?
No. This was just trying to remember one last time. My plans, young miss, is to march back into that cave, find that stinking no-good necromancer, and he kicks the head of his Morningstar, plant this right between her eyes. I imagine that'll take care of her and me all at the same time.
So how
Or
long
it
were
doesn't.
you tasked to, or tasked yourself to do this? Was it about the same time you encountered her?
On the first day, actually.
Hmm.
First day that I'd heard, well, about that time, I'd heard rumors of people in the graveyard up to no good. Told the city guard not to worry about it, that I'd handle it myself. Bit of a mistake, that one. It was foolish, honestly. Not the knight I used to be. A bit slow. Pride come before the fall. It's a saying I've heard.
And so now you're going to brush away assistance to go fall on your own mace again.
Assistance.
We
Oh,
did
nay.
offer to help.
Yes,
Aye.
very technically, to complete our particular task given to us, we were tasked to keep you safe. I was hoping for a little bit of an easier one, but following you into that cave does fall under that.
I merely said that you wouldn't stray me from my course. Now, if you're offering to help, that's an entirely different proposition. Make no mistake, this woman needs to be stopped. I have
What
no
else has
doubt.
she done?
Not rightly sure. But I can guarantee you, probably not the only one she's raised. No, I knew that for a fact. Had to fight my way through a few undead to get out. Should have stayed and finished the job, but I was disoriented, confused. Not every day you're turned into an undead monster.
An
No, I
understandable
suppose not.
reaction.
He kind of looks you all up and down. Aye, we look like hardy folk. Don't look like town guard or nothing. You adventurers?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Dolma
Sure shakes her
will...
head.
if you're willing to risk your lives for the sake of good and the safety of the people in the town, I'm not going to turn you away. Just know what you're getting into. Last thing I'd want is more people to end up like me.
Wouldn't you want to say goodbye to your friends first? You have a chance.
Not like this, no. To
Then
be honest
how?
with you, I'd rather none of them see me like this. I'd rather they remember me the way I was.
Dolma's quiet for a moment and then looking him quite seriously in the eye. As someone who's very recently lost someone they care about, I can tell you, I'm fairly certain they would want to at least have one chance to say goodbye.
I am a monster. And you see his hands are so gripped on the table that it's starting to crack. I will not go in front of my friends, dishonored like this. As far as they're concerned, I died 2 weeks ago. I just haven't realized it yet. You tell them what you like, miss.
That you were too afraid to speak to them one last time?
He closes his eyes and releases his grip of the table. Aye, lass, you're not a knight. Shouldn't expect you to understand.
No, I just watched my entire town die in front of me one day.
He nods. I'm sorry for your loss. I wish I'd been there to save it. No. I'm a knight, through and through. I'll not dishonor myself by coming before people like this. I intend to march down into that cave and end this. If you
It
want to
might
help...
not.
What do you mean?
Well, good chance you will just end with her. Slight chance you won't. Maybe you're right and your personality was too big to die.
Well, I suppose there's an answer for that too. Especially if you're all so set on offering assistance.
I think we're also set on you at least writing a letter to your friends. If you're not going to speak to them.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage. One of you who's been trying to convince him. I'll let you choose.
Me. I'm doing it. Oh wait, it's persuasion, isn't it?
Yeah, persuasion.
Do you guys... Nah, Ty was the last one to speak.
I only have a +1, dude.
I got a pretty good one, but like...
Okay.
I mean, I can do it if you'd like.
No, it was just my brain going, I have double, because I always get perception and persuasion mixed up on fantasy grounds for no reason.
Well, you get to do it with advantage because you've been...
No, I'm not. Yeah.
So.
I have it already. It was just in out loud thinking, oh wait, no, I've getting them mixed up again. Here you go.
Nice.
19.
He kind of looks at you for a long moment. And then kind of blows out his mustache. Aye, all right, young miss, you win. You're right. I suppose they deserve some form of goodbye. And he'll look over at Ashu. Madam, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to use that parchment and pen again.
She gets them out again.
Thank you. And interesting thing to notice, you. Many people, even the ones being polite to you, have that suppressed feeling. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Not this guy. He doesn't seem to have that. And he'll look at it and he'll go, oh, well, I might need some time. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I'll just go over here, shall I? I'll write a letter and then Yep.
Okay.
No, so what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say Arthur's gonna walk back to where they were gathering before and leave them be.
Gotcha. And he'll say, yeah, and then I guess I'll head down there and finish this. If you intend on coming, I'll never turn away brave heroes. And he gives you like a tight smile, and then kind of takes the parchment and goes off to a table and starts like, you know, like it is with writer's block. He's got the pen in hand, and it's like an inch from the paper, and it's just kind of hanging there as he tries to figure out what the hell he's supposed to say.
Ty will probably head outside and tell Arit and Kai what the hell's going on.
Oh.
So when she walks outside, what are you two doing?
Well, Ellie, do you want to describe the scene?
Well, I'll have to ask you first, Criana. How well did you exceed on that illusion?
I don't know. How many characters have we seen?
So the gist of the story is they talked for a little bit and like, do you want to go in? I don't know. Do we need to go in? Well, do you want to just stay out here, turn into Kenku, see if someone recruit us while we wait for people? Yeah, sure.
All right,
so
are you
there's like 2 Kenkus sitting on a box.
They're just chatting in Undercommon.
Yeah, and you don't even recognize Zorit's clothes because he put his cloak on.
Wait. I'm assuming you're saying Cancun. You don't like my brain. No, that's a different thing. I'm thinking of the
It's the-
bird.
The bird. It's the bird
Kenku
people.
are like the raven people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's raven people.
So,
Yes.
yes, you see raven people sitting on those. The raven people are the ones getting kidnapped. The Kenku.
Yeah.
Allie remembered. I certainly didn't, so I was all for it.
I was
Seemed like a
hey,
good idea. Just, while you guys are talking, maybe we'll get kidnapped. We weren't
maybe
sure.
we'll see. I mean,
But,
we got a buddy system.
we're just kind of
together.
hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Ooh, don't like the look of that.
Wow.
Wow, racist.
Sure.
Quack.
And Kenku also do not have the ability to speak normally. They generally only mimic words they've heard before. But these ones are talking normally.
Do I roll
They don't know that.
investigation?
I think it would be investigation actually to see through disguise
Where did
self.
my two friends go?
Oh man! You walk outside and you see almost translucent Orit and Kai talking to each other, disguised as Kinkus. But for whatever reason, as you walk outside, you look at them, you can see straight through the illusion.
Hey, Orit's not an illusion. He is Alter Self.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so sorry. You
He's
see
100% natural.
So you see Kai with a translucent image of a Kenku wrapped around her, talking to a Kenku with a cloak.
Is this what you two been doing?
Doing scrack.
Orit just looks up, not saying anything, just looks.
Is there a reason to this? Kai?
We are undercover.
You'll blow it.
This is one of those things where I'm like, I have to keep reminding myself, Ty's not the mom friend. Ty's not the mom friend. He's probably just gonna be like, were you trying to get kidnapped?
Kidnapped?
Without telling us that you were planning on getting kidnapped?
You see, like, one person is walking by carrying a box, just like looks over at at Kai as a Kenku, and she loudly says that and just keeps walking.
As Chai's probably sitting there, just arms crossed, like, what?
Look, we just thought we killed two birds with one stone. Pardon the expression, because we are birds. Don't kill us.
You're also two birds.
That's what I said.
The one stone represents the person who kidnaps us.
Look, if they kidnap both of us, I think, that's just kind of like a done deal. Like, dang, like, kidnapping two people at once, that's pretty impressive.
How did it go in there?
Dude already went up against necromancer, got killed, got raised, wants his revenge. We could send a letter to his friends first. Also, we're gonna help him kill the necromancer, I guess. I don't know.
That was a very concise answer. Thank you. Whatever you need from us, we will just be out here trying to be kidnapped, and whenever we are ready to go, you just let us know.
What if you're already kidnapped?
Then you will know.
Then you'll know something's up.
Do we have a way to track you? Or are you just gonna do whatever you're doing right now and come back?
Orit thinks back to when we were looking for a spirit and Dolma used like a locate object spell thing. He thinks and says, Dolma can find objects, can't she not?
That sure wasn't Dolma.
It was me.
It was our show.
It's been all along.
Look, it's been, what, 2 months? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll just say someone could locate objects, right? I remember someone doing that.
Yeah, that sounds like something someone can do, I guess.
You just locate one of our objects then.
Okay.
course you
Can I have an object?
Or he looks through his pockets.
Kai will hand over her mask.
That won't work.
That'll work really well. Okay, have fun. Good luck. It goes back into the...
I
Um,
think she
I
has,
just-
I think she has the wrong idea. I mean, we're not probably going to be kidnapped, and I think we can. We can fight our way, don't you? I feel like she's underestimating us a little bit.
I mean, to be fair, who in the world is going to kidnap us in broad daylight?
You never know.
Kai?
Trust me, I've seen many, many strange individuals in my lifetimes.
Including me.
Ty,
Mhm.
roll me an intelligence check, please.
That's the ability side of the things, right? Not the save side?
Correct.
Okay. No.
Mhm. All right. Well, mhm.
So
I-
you go
no,
inside.
carry on. Carry on.
Sure.
Are you bringing the mask with you?
Oh, yeah.
Kai has been kidnapped. All that was left was the mask.
Ty just sits there
like-
going, yeah, go.
Oh, Dolma just looks from Ty to the mask and back up to Ty. And you have that why?
They're disguised themselves as the Cancuns, and they're going to try and get kidnapped. So I have this so we can locate them later.
She squints a little bit and then, like, watches for a couple of moments and just stares at Ty.
Ty's just smiling. Not even like the brat smile, just normal smile, like, hi.
Ty,
Mm-hmm.
you do realize in order to locate the object and them, it would have to be with them, right?
Oh, you were trying to do locate object. Yeah, no, they needed.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I was thinking that, but I was like, no, I'm not going to say it.
Look, Ty's not magically inclined.
Ty is the one not magic person
She
for
doesn't
now.
know how this works.
Yeah.
That 3
Kai is-
proves it.
Kai is clearly not concerned about their well-being.
Ty just goes out and hands back the basket with, I have been informed that you guys need to hold on to this. And then he goes back into the air.
Kai will look over at Orit and go, ah!
That's what we get for also Kenzie hating spells and not looking at any of them.
Oh my god. It just works really well.
Can't wait till we level up.
Dolma,
Mm-hmm.
Maggie comes and sits down next to you very excitedly and plops the mug down in front of you.
Oh boy. She looks from the mug to her and goes, been testing it?
Been practicing. Like you said, usually if the spell goes wrong, the best thing to do is just cast it over and 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 over.
Uh-huh. All right. And she picks it up and takes a sip.
It smells like cinnamon spice. I mean, it tastes like cinnamon spice and smells like cinnamon spice. Because you can cast prestidigitation up to 3 times simultaneously. So you can technically make something taste and smell good. It just takes 2 castings.
Mhm.
Yeah, you would just have to
wow.
cast it twice, and you can hold up to 3 of any type of prestidigitation at any one time.
Well, that's good to know, but also it was a mystery drink, so he
Yeah,
wasn't bothered.
Right?
mean, he was-
Why ruin the authenticity of it?
He was going to have Kai, like, sip it and be like, it tastes like whiskey, and then he would have changed the flavor to be pig's blood.
Which Is that really a delicacy of the drow?
I don't know, man. I'm just a player.
I don't know either. I'm gonna
You
let
tell
Criana
me.
tell.
You tell me,
Queens.
God.
No, see, here's the thing. I want to know if Kai was being serious or not. She's not here right now, so I guess I will just wonder.
It will forever be a mystery. Maybe it is a delicacy
Well,
in the Halan tribe. You don't know. Apparently, even though you're God.
I am more than fine with small bits of lore being chosen as the story progresses. I guess we'll find out someday.
Yes, we
Someday.
will.
We will travel up to Halan, and then everyone will get a cup of pig's blood
But
on the house.
with Drow looking at you very oddly. Maybe.
Who
I
knows?
mean, that's usual.
I mean, my store sells pig's blood, so it has to be a thing somewhere.
Well, I mean, there's butchers, so certainly it exists. But Dolma, it tastes like cinnamon spice. It tastes really good and smells good.
No
too.
weird aftertaste.
No weird aftertaste.
Awesome.
Only took like 40 castings.
Yeah, she like sips it a little bit hesitantly, and then like pauses, kind of blinks, and then she takes a bigger, like an actual like mouthful.
It's also warmed.
This is really good, actually.
Oh, you like it? Good. Oh, thank God. I really don't like doing things halfway. Oh, so, how'd the conversation go? Did you, do the... I don't really know what we're doing here, but did you do the thing?
We're working on it. He's writing a letter to his friends, and then we're going to go with him to the necromancer.
Are you guys like tutors? Like you go around and make people sure like they do writing? Do you do writing lessons? She looks at you. You are a teacher.
Dolma looks over at a shoe. I'm clear teaching ballet.
I mean, tutor is like a teacher.
Right? I mean, they're almost the same thing. They don't get paid as much or anywhere near the prestige. But I mean, for the most part, they're helping you learn.
Principles are the same.
I use tons of tutors. Have to. And she's just kind of sitting there staring around. So your group goes around tutoring people. That's very noble. You don't seem like tutors to me, though.
Dolma raises a brow. Not exactly. Though I suppose I could teach you a few things about the violin, but something tells me you don't. Yeah, something tells me you might not have the patience for stringed instruments.
Her eyes unwiden.
Tie on your breath goes, clearly I can teach you something about magic, I guess.
Oof.
Oof.
Her eyes turn to you. Are you skilled in magic?
Dolma just covers a smile and finishes.
Yes.
Hang on a second.
Oh boy.
I wanted that to roll low.
Her eyes grow wide. Well, I'm always willing to learn. I'm very slow, though, so hopefully you have the patience to bear with me. I sometimes don't learn very fast, but when I learn a spell well, I learn it really well.
Dolma just smiles at Ty.
Ty, until the group does something, you are then pestered with like, what school of magic are you best at? Are you transmutation? You look like a No, you're probably divination, aren't you? You're probably divination because you knew that you could teach me something at magic. Like, that's the whole conversation.
Can Ty... Wait, no, I should have took her cards. Shit. Oh my god, I had a cool idea. I never bought new cards.
I mean, you can always ask to borrow them back.
Yeah, I know. But she also... I think she would know that she did the thing to them. Does she have a second deck?
Yeah,
oh, fuck,
she
I
does.
would
Yeah,
ask
she
her that.
does.
Ty's just gonna lean over. She'll go, do you have a non-altered deck of cards? I haven't bought a new deck yet.
She gets out the altar deck and hands it to you.
The altered deck?
Yeah.
Did I say altered? I meant to say unaltered.
No.
No, you said unaltered.
You said
Okay.
unaltered. She's holding.
no.
She's giving you the altered one.
Okay.
Do they look any different?
The deck case does. It looks like that there's like a kind of raised part that you can kind of slot in that materia.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it was fitted with the materia. They're right.
Okay. I remember that part. Ty's gonna look and be just kind of looked at me like, "Are you sure I don't want to break or lose something?"
I'd rather use that one than the other.
All right, and then we'll turn over to Maggie and then just start doing card tricks.
And the second you start doing it, she goes, divination, I knew you were divination. Oh my god, you're like one of those tarot readers. Okay. She closes her eyes, puts her hands like palm up on the table. I'm ready.
Oh my god.
All right. She's going to continue doing... She's essentially doing a magic show, like, and not actual magic.
Okay.
Would that be performance? Or
I think that's performance.
It would be performance, indeed.
I'm hoping it's performance. I don't have proficiency in either. I think it's a +2. Yeah, it's +2 for both.
Roll really well.
No.
Oh, honey.
Oh dear.
She looks at you for like 30 seconds with a polite smile, and then she's like, she leans over to Dulma. So when she's going to start using magic, all she's doing is card tricks. She's not really doing them that well.
Dulma?
Are you muted?
Dulma! Speak to us, Dulma!
Dulma, no!
Dulma! Oh, there you
Sorry. Blue just got back. Sorry.
Oh, did you hear what I said, or?
No, she was...
All right, so Ty starts doing card tricks very badly. Maggie has a really good intelligence check, and she leans over to Dulma after about 30 seconds and goes, when is she going to start using magic? All she's doing is card tricks, and pretty badly.
Dulma just has this fucking giant grin on her face. She looks at Ty just like, yep.
Do you mind? And she holds out her hands for the deck.
Ty's eyes go to a shoe.
Hmm?
And like, are you okay with her touching them?
Touching what?
The cards.
The cards
Sure.
are the ones that you gave her.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. And then she'll hand over the cards.
She'll she'll take them and she'll start like expertly. This trick is done like this, and does the trick you were doing, but much better.
Is there something I can roll so I can learn this?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
All right.
No, you know it'd be intelligence. Is like how will you retain
That's
it?
what I thought.
Yeah.
That intelligence she rolls well.
You are able to pick it up. Like, oh, that's what you were doing wrong. Oh yeah, no, I understand. Criana, we'll probably be ending pretty soon here. But we have an important question. We have an important question for you.
Yay.
It was Kai, and this is establishing lore one way or the other here. Was Kai being serious about pig's blood being a delicacy of the tribes?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, well, I was just saying, I was like, I don't know. Why don't we ask her?
Yeah, no.
Because they were asking me. I was like, I don't know what she was going for.
No. Usually if it's something I haven't established with you, it's definitely Kai fucking with someone.
Gotcha. Well, and like I was telling the others, I am all for small bits of lore being established as the story goes, because that's organic storytelling. But knowing Kai, she could have just been, pulling their legs. So
yeah.
all right. Actually, this is honestly probably a really good place to end the session for now, as the knight is going to take a bit of time to write his letters, and you guys will have some time to discuss how you want to proceed. He seems pretty dead set, pardon the pun,
Heyo.
on taking her down. That doesn't mean that you guys have to just go in there, storm and hitting everything, unless you want to. But take the week, discuss what you want to do next. From what he has told you, she is located somewhere in the Cave of Rest.
Yeah, I guess one question I would like to ask the group while we all are here in the voice. Do we want to just go with him and raid the cave, or he seems to be occupied? Do you want to just go ahead and see if we can't talk to the necromancer? I know there's a few people who are connected with such things.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm standing morally on this one yet. Or not morally. I know where I am morally. I deal wise on this one.
Yeah.
Morally, necromancing is probably not greatest, but Ty also needs a job.
I do not mind either way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know I'm the one that's like, I don't know what I want right now.
No,
So
everyone's
it looks
like that.
everyone's doesn't mind if we do that. So I think that's at least an option that I'm.
It is a good option. I just don't
Yes.
know if I mind either way.
Well, I also don't know yet if this is the type of necromancer that she'll be like, yeah, I'm okay working with this. If this is gonna be one that she's like, oh no, this one is not good. We need this one we need to put down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one's rapid.
There's also the problem of like, if we just come to an agreement, how are we going to stop the freaking train and armor?
Yeah.
I don't think we do.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we try sneaking away and he follows us, I think we just accept it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that should be it. Actually, yeah. Been good.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching, and join us next Thursday as we stream live as the group attempts to talk to a necromancer.
Yeah.
Or kill one.
Or
Either
kill
way.
one. Or both.
Or get kidnapped.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I will be having you guys roll something when we start next session.
Oh my god.
Oh, lovely.
I hope we get kidnapped. That'd be
Oh, that would be
hilarious.
fun.
All right, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Farewell.
Good night.
No.